Hey y'all, so happy Valentine's Day. It is February 14th, 2023. I'm going to release this word. I have a few minutes before I have to leave back out. So I'm going to get started. This is a word that the Lord gave me last night, and it is pertaining to people from your past trying to return, or more so people, the way he referenced it with me is the people that he had me cut off and during the previous season. And also another part is pertaining to prodigals, but I'm going to get started. He began by saying bingo, and he wanted me to share the definition that it's not pertaining to the game bingo. But it says used to express satisfaction or surprise at a sudden positive event or outcome. So he said, bingo, it's time. Falling of a worldly god, of the falling of all worldly gods and possessions. It's coming down hard. Falling in the lake of fire, lava. Separate yourself from the wheat. He said separate yourself. Then he said from the wheat and tare. Sifting of the holy chosen ones and the false ones. The work is of the kingdom. Hold on. Then he says, just as I stopped Balaam from, going any further, he redirected Balaam's steps. He's saying, he said, just as I stopped Balaam, I'm stopping prodigals in their foolish tracks. The donkey will speak, and they will feel like an ASS. And as you know, in the King James Version, the donkey is referred to as an ASS. And he said, perceive it. It is time. Divine reversal. It is time. You'll see my decree. I have stepped in. Now, my child, you will see. You will hear my words flow through them. My decree. So he wants me to share first. First, I will read Matthew chapter 13, verse 30, and it says, let both grow together until the harvest. Then I will tell the harvesters to sort out the weeds, then tie them into bundles and burn them, and to put the wheat in the barn, separating the wheat from the tare. He has spoken to me about that. During the process, he had me removing myself from them, as well as now he is saying that they are trying to return. He said they have not changed. Do not open that door back up until he leads. And he may be speaking the same for you all. Then he wants me to share Numbers chapter 22, verses 21 through 41. Then chapter 23, it's still Numbers, chapter 23, 1 through 12. So I'm going to get started with that. And it says, this is about Balaam and his donkey. This word right here is pertaining to the prodigals, whether it's a spouse, a friend, a loved one, whatever it may be, whoever it may be. So he began by saying, it begins by saying, so the next morning, Balaam got up, saddled his donkey, and started off with the Moabite officials. But God was angry that Balaam was going. So he sent the angel of the Lord to stand in the road to block his way. As Balaam and two servants were riding along, Balaam's donkey saw the angel of the Lord standing in the road with a drawn sword in his hand. The donkey bolted off the road into a field, but Balaam beat it and turned it back onto the road. Then the angel of the Lord stood at a place where the road narrowed between two vineyard walls. When the donkey saw the angel of the Lord, it tried to squeeze by and crushed Balaam's foot against the wall. So Balaam beat the donkey again. Then the angel of the Lord moved farther down the road and stood in a place too narrow for the donkey to get by at all. This time, when the donkey saw the angel, it lay down under Balaam in a fit of rage. Under Balaam. In a fit of rage, Balaam beat the animal again with the staff. Then the Lord gave the donkey the ability to speak. What have I done to you that deserves your beating me 3 times? It asked Balaam. You have made me look like a fool, Balaam shouted. So again, the Lord allowed the donkey to speak to Balaam. And Balaam said, you have made me look like a fool, Balaam shouted. If I had a sword with me, I would kill you. But I am the same donkey you have ridden all your life. The donkey answered, have I ever done anything like this before? No, Balaam admitted. Then the Lord opened Balaam's eyes, and he saw the angel of the Lord standing in the roadway with a drawn sword in his hand. Balaam bowed his head and fell face down on the ground before him. Why did you beat your donkey those 3 times? The angel of the Lord demanded. Look, I have come to block your way because you are stubbornly resisting me. 3 times the donkey saw me and shied away. Otherwise, I would certainly have killed you by now and spared the donkey. Then Balaam confessed to the angel of the Lord, I have sinned. I didn't realize you were standing in the road to block my way. I will return home if you are against my going. I will return home if you are against my going. But the angel of the Lord told Balaam, go with these men, but say only what I tell you to say. So Balaam went on with Balak's officials. When King Balak, I'm rushing because I have stuff to do and I need to stop. Holy Spirit. Thank you. When King Balak heard that Balaam was on the way, he went out to meet him at a Moabite town on the Arnon River at the farthest border of his land. Didn't I send you an urgent invitation? Why didn't you come right away? Balak asked Balaam, didn't you believe me when I said I would reward you richly? Balaam replied, look, now I have come, but I have no power to say whatever I want. I will speak only the message that God puts in my mouth. Then Balaam accompanied Balak to Kiriath-Huzoth, where the king sacrificed cattle and sheep. He sent portions of the meat to Balaam and the officials who were with him. The next morning, Balak took Balaam up to Bamoth Baal. From there, he could see some of the people of Israel spread out below him. This is 23. And please go back and read all of this and spend time with the Lord and allow him to minister to you. So chapter 23, verse 1, it says, Then Balaam said to King Balak, build me 7 altars here and prepare 7 young bulls and 7 rams for me to sacrifice. Balak followed his instructions, and the 2 of them sacrificed a young bull and a ram on each altar. Then Balaam said to Balak, stand here by your burnt offerings, and I will go to see if the Lord will speak to me. Then I will tell you whatever he reveals to me. So Balaam went alone to the top of a bare hill, and God met him there. Balaam said to him, I have prepared 7 altars and have sacrificed a young bull and a ram on each altar. The Lord gave Balaam a message for King Balak. Then he said, go back to Balak and give him my message. So Balak returned and found the king standing beside his burnt offerings with all the officials of Moab. This was the message Balaam delivered. Balak summoned me to come from Aram. The king of Moab brought me from the eastern hills. Come, he said, curse Jacob for me. Come and announce Israel's doom. But how can I curse those whom God has not cursed? How can I condemn those whom the Lord has not condemned? I see them from the cliff tops. I watch them from the hills. I see a people who live by themselves, set apart from other nations. Who can count Jacob's descendants as numerous as dust? Who can count even a fourth of Israel's people? Let me die like the righteous. Let my life end like theirs. Then King Balak demanded of Balaam, what have you done to me? I brought you to curse my enemies. Instead, you have blessed them. But Balaam replied, I will speak only the message that the Lord puts in my mouth. The Lord is saying that there's a divine reversal taking place. The notes that he shared with me. He has spoken that it is time, divine reversal. It is time. You'll see my decree. I have stepped in. Now, my child, you will see. You will hear my words flow from them. This pertaining to prodigals, the Lord is saying that during their return, you will know that their words are from him. It will match. It will align to what the Lord has spoken to you. Please take this word back to the Lord. Allow him to minister this to you. But there is definitely a return taking place. Even with those friends or those people the Lord has told you to cut off in the past and let go, they are trying to resurface. Now, the Lord is saying, don't open that door. And for the return of those prodigals, he is saying, you will know that those words that they speak are of him. They will speak what he has spoken to you. That would be your confirmation, which this word as well should be your confirmation. But I have to go. I love you and the Lord loves you most. I will try to record another word later today. I do have some more that he wants me to share with you all. But again, I love you and the Lord loves you most. Bye.